Good morning, Blair here. Welcome back to another episode of Back to the Past. In this episode, I'm going to do something I have never done before, and I will probably never do again, and that is to do an entire episode from the comfort of my own home here in Colorado, sitting on this nice comfy couch. When I am in Arkansas working on the barn and trying to explain to you what it is that I am doing and putting a picture in your mind of what the finished product will look like, I probably don't do a real good job, and that is at least in part because in my mind I already know what the finished product is going to look like, or I have a picture in my mind of what that's going to appear to be, but I may not convey that to you. So I have used an older version of the software SketchUp to try to draw up and be able to give you some sort of 3D image of what that finished product, that finished barn will look like, both from the outside and an interior floor plan. Now SketchUp only, at least the free version, only allows for certain types of siding, certain types of shingles, so that may not match up just exactly, but it'll give you a good idea of what I'm doing, and maybe next time I'm out in the field trying to explain it to you, you'll have a picture of what that's going to be. So let's go through the intro and then get started and take a look at what I hope this to look like. Okay, well, let's take a look and see what we've got. We'll start out with the first floor plan. Going from left to right, or at least starting that way. The saw shed, this is where my saw will end up being set up, the portable bandsaw. I'll put in some small footings, I think a total of about 8 of them, 3 feet long and a foot wide for support for the bandsaw, and then have lumber storage right immediately beside it. And the bandsaw may not get moved to Arkansas for at least a year or so because I have some logs to be picked up, pine logs here to be picked up and cut in Colorado that'll be used for 2x4s and exterior siding. The lumber storage I'll probably end up using a little quicker. And then the first floor of the barn, pretty doggone basic, about 400 square feet, about 20 by 20 that'll be usable. And to help that as usable space, I will have a ladder that will go up to a landing that will be about 4 feet off the ground, and then stairs going up to the second floor, and then there will be an exterior door on the back side. And then the wood shop, I'll have an entrance door, a 3-foot man door, and then also a 3-foot door going from the wood shop into the barn. The barn will, of course, have a larger door to be able to drive into. The wood shop, at least for a couple of years, will be used for storage because I have so much now stored in the old cabin, but when I get to rebuilding that cabin, I'm going to want everything cleared up. So the wood shop won't actually probably be used for 3 or 4 years other than for storage. Let's take a look at the second floor plan. And the second floor is going to be fairly simple too. I will put in some windows, so I've got some light coming in up there, some natural light. The stairway will be coming up here, coming up to a landing, and then as we go around the corner, I will have a small bathroom with a shower, be able to put in my washer and dryer, toilet of course, and a sink. And the sink I may make a little bigger than what I've got pictured here because I'll probably use it for doing dishes too. Have a small refrigerator put in right about here. I probably will end up putting in cabinets and countertop here, but no other appliances or no other fixed appliances. I will have I'm using right now a microwave, a coffee pot, and a hot plate for cooking, and I'll probably just store that on that countertop area, maybe even have a food dryer. But I want to be able to keep this area just as open as possible. A bed will probably sit either right here or right there. But that'll make fairly usable space and much the same use as what I've got right now in the old cabin. Let's go ahead and move to some exterior plans. So this is what it will look like from the outside, basically. Again, storage for the portable bandsaw mill, the barn level, and then my living level. And that living level I will probably end up saving as a guest house later on, because I do have family and friends that want to come visit. And it'll give them a place to stay with some amount of comfort. Without the full kitchen, they'll have to come over to the cabin to be able to use that. One thing that I would appreciate in the comments is this double door here. I'm not sure whether I'll make it a sliding door or a hinge door, and hinged on the sides to be open in the middle. I will have room to be able to put track out to here, and that would barely leave enough room when it's wide open to still be able to get this man door open. Of course, it'll be inward swinging, so I guess that doesn't matter a whole lot anyway. But on this side, I may have a track that hangs out a little bit into the sawmill area, which is probably okay. Any positives or negatives about either swinging doors or a sliding door, I'd appreciate in the comments below. Have a man door then going into the shop area to be able to get a little light into the shop. We'll have a window on the front. Swing it around the side here. And the brown line here is the area of about where the backfill will be, since the highest corner of the building, as we're looking at it, of the dirt grade anyway, would be this corner here. So 3 windows on that side. They may be adjusted a little bit in size, that one there, especially because right now I still haven't poured the foundation walls, and this foundation wall here may end up coming out to somewhere in here, probably will, before it drops down to a 2-foot high foundation wall. And then windows, of course, upstairs. That bathroom is going to be here, and the stairway about here, so there wouldn't be room for another window there. Swing around, take a look at the back. So we talked about having that landing inside and the stairway then that'll go up to the second floor inside there. I'm not going to put any windows on the back side here. I'll probably want some tool racks and shelving and that sort of thing. But again, this is what the back grade will look like, something like that, to be able to drain the water that flows down the hill here off the 2 sides of the building. And I'll probably end up putting gutters there and on this back side also. And then for a little additional light that's landing at the top of the stairs, I'll have a window up there too. And then moving on to the back side, or I guess it would be the west side. Again, this is where the bandsaw mill will be put. I have some lumber storage across that wall. I'll probably have a roll-up tarp that'll go from ceiling to floor here down to there, just to be able to keep sawdust and stuff off of the lumber that I end up stacking there. And one last view. Again, even though I don't have the bathroom that will extend over to this side, I probably have room for another window and may or may not put it in here, because the top of the window elevation, maybe I can see a little better from here, is going to be at about eye level. So I don't think it will be any real infringement on privacy, especially since I'm several hundred feet now, or from property lines, so that I'll have some privacy, and there's so many trees around anyway. So anyway, that's kind of what things are going to look like. I didn't draw in the stone retaining wall that I'm building here, and that walnut tree will sit in this area right here that I'm so doggone proud of. It had such good production. But then it'll kind of come across at an angle like this. There will be room to drive a vehicle around that side, but very little room, probably not a whole lot. But I don't need a lot of access to this area here. The wall does widen out here to where I'm going to be able to drive that way and back into the garage, which is normally how I go into a garage or parking spaces backwards anyway. And then there will be the trail coming from behind. I think I showed that in a previous episode, that will come in along here to be able to haul lumber in or haul logs in from my little hauling road back then, or back in the distant. And there is actually a loop trail that goes all the way around here and comes out here then. So making for log loading a little bit, log unloading, excuse me, a little bit easier. That's pretty much what things are going to look like. Short episode, but maybe it'll help you to picture what I'm doing when I'm talking about doing things. I hope this helps. Hopefully, after seeing that, you will have a better idea and possibly the same vision that I do of what this barn is going to look like as an end product. The next time I get to working on a stair landing or a door or a window or a roof pitch or whatever, you'll know just exactly what I'm talking about. I appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up button if you liked the episode, subscribe if you haven't already, and please share with a friend. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.